Oh shit. Remember, always remember, okay? The light show is a page for G's and like it's a page for G's. It's not a page for weak-minded people. It's a page for strong-minded people or people that are willing to open that third door. They're not afraid of, the hogwash bullshit that they've been told most of their lives. This is a page for knowledge born. So the title of this video is Gays and Women versus Man and God. This is a very important video for these times because I want people to realize something. The more educated or not educated, the more advanced technology we get, you notice the more families are not made. You notice more family businesses aren't created. You notice there's no unity amongst people. Everybody's pretty much, a clout chasing weirdo, pretty much. Let's just call it what it is. Now, there's a few attributes to this. I ain't going to say that it's just because this verses, but if anybody doesn't see that this is the battle on earth right now,
we'll see, bitch. We'll just see.
See, I don't like. I don't like that. Okay, I'm a fair player in life. You know what I'm saying? You beat me fair and square. I'm not gonna try to like cheat and fandangle you out of your win. That's just not my style. I believe just as much as you can win is just as much as you can lose, and I don't believe you should alternate what is. You shouldn't try to change up. And I'm not saying, the whole Indian thing. No, I'm saying like when it comes to win and lose, you shouldn't try to cheat your way to win. If you honestly lose, just take your loss so you can learn from it and then next time come back and win. So I was on Facebook and I seen something and I just wanted to discuss it real fast. It says, homosexuality is not natural. It's a sin against God. Somebody said, so God created everything, but not homosexuality. That's weird. Okay. If you notice, it's a woman. And this is what we mean. Like, look, no disrespect to women, but there's a reason why you talk a bunch of shit and won't leave man's society and go build your own. Because just like the fags, you's a punk bitch ass person. Your energy is of a punk bitch ass person. That's why they say women are of the devil. They're not saying women are the devil because first of all, the devil ain't tough neither. The devil's a punk bitch. So it's like we're talking about negative energy. That's what we're talking about. All right. The reason that gays and women are versus man and God is because this is what it is. This is what it is. You have two groups of people that don't build anything, but they run their fucking mouths. But here's the other thing. You can't discipline them. The gay don't want to be disciplined, and neither do the woman. But they do not help contribute to build society, but they help to destroy it. Now, I don't believe, like I tell you, I tell people all the time, I'm not a spook man follower. I believe that knowledge is born and it's put here for people to receive, to comprehend, to make better things on earth. Okay. It is God or of that energy that says if a man don't work, he don't eat. Okay. So what is food stamps? What is welfare? What is all this stuff that strong men made for weak ass people? That's something you guys are just gonna have to smoke on your own. But it frustrates me in this life because I'm like, all the goodness on earth is going away because we're not checking these two. The women and the gays need to be checked. You guys have no spiritual integrity at all. None. I don't believe women even have a soul. I really don't. Because the more free they got, the more of the devil came out of them. It's not like women got free and then got rid of strip clubs and all became authors and made libraries and orchards for the children. No, it seems like more of them are joining OnlyFans. It seems like more of them are ripping off hardworking men in the court system. It seems like more of them are setting up noble men to get robbed. We have to be real with ourselves on this earth as noble men on it. You have to be real with yourself. You didn't let this buster get way too out of pocket. Same thing with the gays. We've let y'all talk too much without putting your fist up. See, men have different sayings. Men and God are completely different from gays and women. Men say stuff like, you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? Men say stuff like, put your money where your mouth is. See how all men's phrases usually are dealing with an action. You're going to have to act. He doesn't want to hear about acting, like, and cut. No. He wants you to act. You're going to have to, you have to take the root word of action, which is act. You're going to have to do something. So go back to that book where it says, if a man don't work, he don't eat. This is why men are way more logical than women, because women don't have to work to eat. That punk motherfucker can cry in the middle of the street. And everybody's like, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong, honey? Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? This motherfucker could have aborted 12 kids and murdered somebody, threw them in the icebox. No one ever know. Gays, same thing. I seen a man feeding the homeless. Had a line and everything. Some transgender homo dude walks up like, oh, you see these people harassing me? And he's like, how would I be able to see that? I'm way up here. I'm just trying to feed the homeless. The gay dude had the nerve to kick the fucking table with the food on it. So this guy doesn't want to man up. He doesn't want to provide for the society or community. He doesn't want to feed the homeless. He's not doing any charitable work. You're just coming out here fucking up and ruining shit. So we don't owe you an ass whooping. Are you serious? Same thing goes with women. I'm not saying men have to do it, but we damn sure need like a clique or a group or a gang of noble women that know martial arts to come in and break a lot of you bitches' arms. A lot of you need to be in intensive care for a while. You need to like go in the shop and be repaired. You do. It's not a man who needs to discipline women. I didn't say that. I didn't say we gotta punch these motherfuckers. Nobody wants to see that. That's terrible. But I do want to see us eventually getting our women in line by making women to discipline them. That's what we need. We need a barrage of female boxers and martial artists that aren't faggot feminists, that know, well, he's doing all the building, honey, and you're sitting here running your fucking mouth talking about your emotions, which nobody cares about. Nobody gives a fuck about your emotions because they don't build anything. Only thing you're more emotional about is killing children. That's the only thing you're emotional about. You want to keep bringing up rape, even though none of you bitches are even being raped anymore. How are you going to rape somebody when they're offering it? They're literally selling this pussy. Ain't nobody raping nobody no more. Y'all ain't in Iran like that. Where it's, no. And then most of the time, y'all get raped by somebody you know. Oh, family members, why are you going to that extreme? Of course, that's terrible. Who didn't know that? But most of y'all get beat up and raped and robbed by people in low-income criminal neighborhoods that noble men keep telling you not to talk to. See, why do you think there's a large amount of AIDS and STDs in the black community? You really think that's from people just having unprotected sex? No, it's not. It's from the plethora of faggot thugs that the black woman continues to sleep with. See, she doesn't realize that most criminals are faggots. I'm explaining to you how we know this is true. Because we don't separate. See, only a woman thinks like that. Only a woman says, oh, I could never talk to him. He's a rapist. But this murderer, oh, he's a thug. I can talk to him. Well, guess what, honey? When we make them spread and cough and put them in cells, we don't separate them. There's no such thing as the rapist prison, the murderer prison, the child molester prison. They're all together. Oh, but the OG, how you going to say that? What do they do with child molesters? They either kill them or what? Rape them. So I thought this was a big time thug. I thought this was a big time super thug. He's not gay at all. How are they raping these childless? How do we have effeminate men coming out of prison and shit? Well, who's fucking them? Who's fucking them? This is how we know women are not even supposed to be talking like that. They're really not. Like, there's a part in the book where it says when a man is teaching, a woman is to be silent. You're not supposed to talk at all. So how many dumbass ideas have modern men, or just men period, gotten from these stupid ass women that have brought in a bunch of derelicts into our communities, that have pretty much slapped murderers on the wrist? It's like, how do you think all these anomalies are taking place? The dude who invented the Pride March, he just got arrested for kiddie porn. Okay, who's standing by the facts? The women. So who's helping people molest the kids? The women. Who's aborting them? The women. She has no love for children at all. She's not the protector of them. Oh, it's man, woman, child. That doesn't mean that she's fucking protecting them. That just means she's under me. And here's another thing. Look at that setup. You don't have to believe in the spook, man. I don't. I believe God is higher thought. That's why men are slowly but surely not falling for this stupid shit anymore. This is why the dating is getting slower. This is why women are not even being talked to anymore. Men are walking away because men are of God. You don't think we see this stupid ass trifling game you're playing? You don't think we can see it? This ain't even got to do with racism. But how do you think the white guy of America is 77.1% of the kiddie porn buyers? How do you think that is? No offense, but the Hollywood white person is the nastiest motherfucker in this country. The ghetto black person is the dumbest motherfucker in this country. Don't get it confused. This ain't about racism. It's about facts. They push homosexuality amongst the masses to make you more lenient with your children. This is why there's such a large influx of raped kids or kiddie porn kids. Like, bruh, what do you think? It's just one tape? Just one tape from the 70s being passed around? No, there's a plethora of these tapes. How is it happening? Because the women aren't doing us a service. I'm talking about the noble men. By not talking to criminals, by not being out there marching for stupid shit like illegal immigrants and killing kids. This is where the problems is coming from. Now the gays we're not fully shooting at because we've been knew that was a disservice. They don't produce anything. So you don't build anything. You don't procreate anything. We've never heard of no gay genius that reinvented the wheel. So what are you? You're a useless vessel. The only reason women aren't used is because we can make a child with her. That's the only reason. Other than that, you don't build. You talk shit. You're not a spiritual motivator. You're only about yourself. Oh, love yourself, girl. Self-loathing. I'm a queen. I'm the best. Blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, you wouldn't even be able to have them kids without his sperm. We know what you do every month. Bleed and cramp and complain. You don't have any life within you. Everybody knows that. It's a dead egg. It's literally a dead egg. Maybe that's why your spirit is dead. And maybe that's why men have to install knowledge into you for you to be wise. The whole women are naturally wise. That's the dumbest crock of shit I've ever heard in my life. If she was wise, she wouldn't have so many bastard kids. If she was wise, she wouldn't have a bunch of kids with no ring. If she was wise, she wouldn't be upset for being cut off free assistance when your punk ass is supposed to be earning yourself a living. You see? Look at all women's talking points. I deserve to have unprotected sex and murder the baby if I feel like it. That sounds like a fucking animal. That sounds like an undisciplined fucking animal. And maybe this is why she sleeps with 90% of the dudes that are locked in cages. Because she knows she's a fucking animal. You're a wild beast that needs to be disciplined, tamed, and put in your place. Now, when women say, oh, I need a man who can tame me, you need to understand what that means. That means backhand you. That's what that means. That means you know you're a stupid, silly motherfucker that needs your ass whooped. That's what you're telling us. Now, do you women really want a bunch of black guys? No. So, let's keep it real. Man builds. God influences man to build. And give great structure and great purpose. That's why man's jumping in front of that bullet. That's why man's offering his seat on their life raft. I think it should be illegal for women to be dykes. I think it should be illegal because her bitch ass is not standing up for this woman. And actually, you beat on our women more than we do. We should fuck you up for taking the bad, negative energy of a man. Y'all walking around sagging backwards pants, dust, dirtball shit. You won't jump in front of that bullet, though. See, a dyke could never be a gentleman. You understand me? A dyke could never be a gentleman. You don't understand the premise of man because you're not one. That's why you can only take the negative from it. Just like the men dressing up like women. You never see them knowing how to cook a 5-star meal. You never see these men dressing up like women showing you how their, decorum game is, their decorative skills. They don't never show no shit like that. They just want to wear the dress and try to look cute, even though you look like an ugly ass bitch with a dress on. You look like a dude with makeup with dress on. What you look like? Who's the only one supporting you? Fucking women. Ain't no large amount of straight men supporting no fags. You don't give a damn about, you shouldn't kill them. Nobody said you should. Nobody. Who's bringing up death? What we're saying is it's death to society because it doesn't produce anything. It doesn't have any substance. None. So what I'm trying to tell the people is this is a battle that is going on right now. In real life, I don't care what nobody says. This is a real spiritual battle that is going on right now. And we are losing potential good women because they're not good. Women are not born good at all. They're of the devil. I keep telling motherfuckers, they're self-centered. They're selfish. Do I blame it all on them? No. Some of that shit has to do with their parents. But women are selfish. They're not selfless. They're selfish. They think that everybody should just be friend zoned for them. They think everybody should just be waiting for them. And then they slut themselves around. And then finally you want to be noble and a good person. But how? Bitch, you're tainted. You're not good at all. And this is why we used to marry you motherfuckers off. You weren't even allowed to choose shit because look at what women choose. Wrong. All the time. You think they date these athletes because they love them? No, they're money hungry. Wrong. You're dating people for the wrong reasons. You're an evil, wicked motherfucker. And we can tell because you hang out with evil, wicked motherfuckers. You love the crime in the street. You love the criminal. Bad boy. You ain't never heard a man say, I want a bad girl. I want a girl that just sluts around. Shut the fuck up. This is a dumbass narrative from someone who doesn't build anything. What else do? You stand side by side with the faggot. Who is doing what? Molesting all the kids. So you abort children. You'll advocate for fags. You want to turn a blind eye to all the children being molested. That's why you're the number one student rapist. That's a goddamn shame. Women out here acting like they noble, and you're the number one student rapist. The number one. Do you know how many dead male teachers there would be if we had the slew of fucking cases that you women have? There'd be a gang of dead teachers. Gang of dead male teachers. Bro, this is ridiculous. I think this year alone, I have seen 5. That's just this year. I think I've seen 5 of y'all. And what was the simp dude doing with the one lady who got caught in Florida just recently? Holding her hand, going to court with her. He should be executed. He should be executed. You're taking up for coochie over the children. You should be executed. This is a serious, serious problem that noble men need to start addressing. Stop holding your fucking tongue because you want the chance to stick it in her. Stop. You are destroying a first world country. You're destroying it. The education is not down because of the school books. How the fuck do y'all have smartphones and you're dumber? How? Unless there's only one ideological answer, and that's called DNA. You keep regurgitating the same crap over and over and over again. We should not have more fucking athletes than scholars. That is stupid. Do you know what athletes were back in the day? Gladiators. The only reason I had these brutes is to put them in battle for war. That's it. Not supposed to have a bunch of big. I remember I heard some other idiots say that. They were like, oh, yeah, back in the day, it's like whoever could beat up everybody ruled everything. I'm like, you smoking crack. I can show you countless kings that were skinny as fuck. Solomon wasn't no big dude. King David wasn't no big dude. Shit, what the fuck are you talking about? They say the King of Kings is Christ. He wasn't no big dude. So you're full of shit. You're making up bullshit. These people ain't never done nothing but what they were told. And the people that are trying to brag about the big brutes, motherfucker, we used to give y'all loaves of bread and send y'all to the circus. Y'all been idiots. You don't have a fucking opinion. That's why I don't listen to like daytime television and all these popular people on the internet. These are fucking slaves. The fuck out of here. They're paying you to keep people stupid. That's why you talk stupid. Justifying women murdering kids and acting a goddamn idiot, twerking all around the place. Get the fuck out of here. We need a grandmama in a can to spray out, to slap the shit out of 90% of you. Don't make no fucking sense. Go back to that woman, that one white woman that started the first school for women, Kathleen something. Go back to Harriet Tubman days. Them women would shoot you bitches in the face. I swear to God, you twerk and strip, y'all would be shot in the fucking head. I don't even know why y'all try to act noble. The women of the day, the ones who aren't doing dirt, when y'all not saying a motherfucking thing, you letting the shit ride. Those women back in the day wouldn't let that shit ride. They'd have fucked y'all up. I'm just being dead honest with you. You can't be known to be quoted to say, I've set 100 slaves free and I would have set 1,000 more if they only knew they were slaves. And you think she'd be cool with Cardi B, Gorilla? No. You're lying. Joan of Arc. This motherfucker fought in war. You think she would, what? She would have slit you motherfuckers' throat. As far as the homos go, we already know the truth about that. It's a non-building energy. It's a selfish, self-loathing, uneducated way of being. Okay, maybe this is why those two get along so well, because they're both in the same boat. Useless. The only difference is she can help me make a child. That's the only reason she's not completely useless. But other than that, if women are not building anything, and then they're not building the character of the men and the children, they're not being spiritual attributes to man and children, then what the fuck is she here for? Seems like she's just a leech bitch ass person that don't want to, be a part of anything. She doesn't want to be a part of any family. She doesn't want any legacy. She just wants to lick twats and dance around drunk on man-made fucking material like boats and planes and hotels. She's a fucking retard. Only a retard would not take care of its prize. And that's the one who's giving you everything, which is the man. She should have been a loyal, helpmate to him. There shouldn't be a bunch of trash and a bunch of women with their nose up and, oh, I go out to the highest bidder. No, you actually don't. Because if these good men didn't give you no laws, you'd have been punched in the mouth and dragged in the alley and raped to death. Just like you used to be able to do. I'm not saying that's good. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is it wasn't the criminals who gave you your freedom. Criminals are still pimps. I told you we don't separate them. So he's like, you got a murderer, a rapist, and a pimp. They're all in the same jail. We don't separate them. You try to do that. You're the idiot. Like, oh, no. He was a pimp. He's not a murderer. Oh, no, he's a murderer. He's not a rapist. And it's like, bro, they're all in the same boat. Crimes. You're the only idiot trying to switch it up. Crime is crime. And the only other person that tried to justify doing crime was the bitch-ass criminal. He's the one, oh, yeah, I'll murder motherfuckers to eat, but I wish a motherfucker would touch a little kid. It's like, wait a minute. Hold up, cuz. You don't get to do that. You don't get to play superhero to children when you're not even your own fucking kid's life, and then you done murdered 5 people. Bitch, you in the same boat. You are just as foul as the fucking rapist. So don't dare run your mouth. I hate when I meet dudes like that, so cracked and shit, and then try to act like they're a noble man and stand up for women. Shut the fuck up. That's why you just one-sided with the shit. Oh, I had a mother. Everybody had a mother. That don't mean she wasn't a whore. How would you know what cocks went in her mouth? You don't. That's why you're not trying to think like that. Good. You shouldn't. But that doesn't mean you fucking know. So shut the fuck up. Stop with that noble shit. You can fall from grace just like anybody else. Nobody's off the chopping block. So shut up. That's half the fucking problem with us. A lot of y'all are just simps. You're just a mama boy punk that don't want to admit truth. If men can rape and kill and murder and do dumb shit, then women can do the same thing. And guess what? We have a plethora of them. We have mothers who have murdered their children and froze them in the freezer. We have mothers who have jumped out the car and drove their children into a lake. We have countless of sick ass women. Shit, let's keep it 100. What were women doing in ancient times? Why was old girl nicknamed Bloody Mary? Why did that queen even have that name? Because she was a fucking murderer. She murdered plethoras of people. Shit, even bathed in their blood. Okay, this is the motherfucker we should have around the children, right? All right. What about Queen Elizabeth I? All the sick shit she did. Oh, nah, women are just innocent. Okay, so why were they burning witches back in the day? What was these witches doing? Maybe having children that weren't people's kids and then blaming them, or saying this other stupid stuff that girls be saying nowadays with lighting candles and sage and magic, but meanwhile she cheating on everybody, acting like she's so fucking noble. I don't know, maybe. Maybe this is why Mary Magdalene was about to be stoned. Who knows? I just find it funny. It's like motherfuckers acting like there's just no old stories about beheadings and hanging and all this shit with women there. It was sexism? Really? I don't believe it. I believe if man has been doing war since the beginning of time, then the women have been fucking lying since the beginning of time. Nothing has changed. Motherfuckers love to say there's nothing new under the sun, but you keep trying to rehabilitate the woman when you can go all the way back to Eve. She bit the apple first. She's talking to some serpent instead of running to go get her man. She's been fucking foul. That's the whole point of the story. Oh, I don't believe in the Bible. Okay, go to Sekhmet. The destroyer of mankind. This mythos. There's not even anybody else in Egypt. It's just Egyptians. So I thought it was a matriarch. I thought they were peace and harmony and love. You know how you black motherfuckers love to lie about shit. Peace, harmony, love. Nothing was going on. Reciprocity. Everything was perfect. So why do we even have the story of Sekhmet then? If you read that story, it's with her, Tahuti, and Amun. I didn't say anything about no Greeks. I didn't say anything about no Romans. I didn't say anything about no Hindus. I didn't say anybody else. It's just them. So why is she tripping? Why is she so mad? Because she's a defective fucking seed. That's why she's a multitasker, but don't build anything. It's the weirdest thing about women. Oh, men are on one-track mind. Yes, that's why it gets completed. That's why the car is complete. That's why the house is complete. Because he doesn't sway off his mission. He completes the mission. He's one-minded. He's one-track mind. He's focusing on what he's doing. And then he's going on to the next mission. And then the next mission. He's not trying to do math, English, and science all in the same 30 minutes. That's why he made curriculum. See how he split up the classes? Man's such a genius, but that's from the glory of God. It's wisdom that was given to him. That's why we have the computers and airplanes. You know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't that be fucked up if the plane didn't fucking take off the ground, if it just ran into the wall, or if the car didn't drive forward, it just drove in reverse? Wouldn't that suck? Okay, so how do you think it feels when a man says to death do we part with somebody, pays for the house, pays for the ring, takes care of the kids, and then just because she's not happy, she can just leave, destroy the family, and take half his shit? I need modern men to really think. It's not about hating women. It's not about, doing away with them. It has nothing to do with that. It's about you being honest for once. You 6s, 7s, and 5s should not be trying to get the 10, because guess what? We all drooled over Jessica Rabbit. We all want that glorious fine woman. Guess what? She wants a man with a bunch of money. That's how you're going to get it. Or a bunch of clout, which is selective. That's selective because, you can say the athletes get the most beautiful women. Shit, what about those singers? What about all those singing guys? Those guys get a lot of women. What about all those guitar players? Those guys get a lot of women. Women love guitar. It's like, what about the chefs? We be hearing about women ordering chefs to their house, not even want catering. They trying to fuck them. It's like, so That's selective. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're not supposed to worship false idols. You're not. These are all false idols. You're not supposed to be worshiping no damn football player. He just runs around with a ball in his hand. This is not nothing to be idolized. You're not supposed to be worshiping any singer. You just fucking sing. Okay, great, motherfucker. Great. But with you being ghost-ridden, the fucking song, it's not even your soul. Like, it's not even your music. Or whatever other dumb reason. Or most artists will tell you, you know, they were a total different artist before they got signed. You know, these people change you up. You're not even who you were. False idol. Well, the women seem to be the most gullible for it. And what I'm saying is it's a spiritual battle. Man is proving that he is with the Lord. That's why he is against homosexuality. He doesn't want it around his kids. He doesn't even want them associated with his kids. That's why the man is against abortion. He doesn't want you murdering his children. Just if you don't want to make kids, then you need to tie it up. You need to tie up your tubes. Because clearly you just want to slut around. Okay, that's good. And then also women need to stop lying and be honest. Tell people from the jump, I'm a whore bitch that just wants to fuck. I don't want to build nothing. I'm not serious, so don't take me serious. I just want to fuck. And ride around with you for a little bit and get a little bit of your energy. And that's it. Keep it real. Like, I don't even know, like, that's why I don't believe in the spook man in heaven, because heaven would be just full of men and children. There would be barely any women in there. You guys' whole life is a fucking lie. You're walking around with fake hair, fake nails, you're just fake. You think all this fake shit's gonna be in heaven, so this whole real life where you were supposed to be, you know, not sinning and atoning for your mistakes and all that, this whole life you wear a disguise. You got a wig on, eyelashes, all this bullshit, just to get to heaven and be your natural, bald-head, ugly-ass self. This is retarded. This is why we know women don't have any logic. Oh, men like it. What the fuck men are you talking about? What men are you talking about like this shit? Because I know you're talking about criminal scum. That's why women didn't even know fake eyelashes was made for hookers. It was literally made in France for prostitutes to stop them from getting so much nut in their eye. So that means French prostitutes back in the day was getting their forehead nutted on, just like motherfuckers do today. Slap their dick on her face, you know, all that. Okay, well, that's what they made those for, to stop all the nut from going in their fucking eyeballs. You know what I'm saying? You can get blind. You know what I'm saying? It burns. You know, cum burns. Trust me, I've been told by plenty of women before. You know, I got in my eye, it burns. Sorry. I apologize. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a good time with them. But what I'm saying is this. You see how I know that logic and that truth, and most women don't? And they still wear that shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. All the way to that thing where they tighten their stomach up and shit. I forgot what it's called. Bazaar or whatever. Fucking, it's fake. This bitch is overweight and bloated. She done made something where she can pull her fucking body fucking to look anorexic. Damn near running out of breath. Killing herself. Rose was wearing one from Titanic. Remember her mom was pissed off. Strapped that shit tight to the mother. Liars. Liars. Man can't lie. He has to really jump in front of that bullet or he's a coward. Man can't lie. He has to really run in that burning building or he's a coward. Man can't lie. He really has to give up that seat or he's a coward. Oh, men lie all the time. No, you talk to criminals. Most men are dead honest with stuff. I like you. I want to get to know you. Most men are dead honest. They have to be. They're the ones making the first move. But that's not who you want. You want the dude trying to look cool. Ha, ha, ha. Knowing the newest songs. Ha, ha, ha. But you never think to yourself why you even think he's cool. Newsflash, ladies. It's all programming. This is other people's land, right? People have been slaughtered. Remember, because you always get in business that ain't yours. Remember, there's other people's land that's slaughtered, right? Show. Okay, they still here, though, right? Casinos, all that. Right? All right, cool. What keeps them spellbound from digging in the law and really trying to get more of their land back? The spell, the TV, the entertainment, all that stuff. You act like people on them reservations ain't got malls. They got malls. They got all them. They lost too. Programming. Okay, well, you're the biggest, easiest target to program because you're into, like, the fantasy. You're into the fantasy, even though it's literally called a fantasy. It's not real, but you're into it. The motherfucking females believe commercials. It's a motherfucking commercial. And cut. It's not real. It's a fantasy. It's the way to lure in the consumer. You don't even have rights because they wanted you to have rights. Let's keep it 100. The reason you have rights is because they wanted a new consumer. They wanted another bill payer in that household. And then they knew if they split the families up, now I have two households paying me. That's how it works. But you lost your covering. Used to be a law back in the day, you couldn't even snitch on your husband. Ain't that gangster? But nowadays, what? You by yourself. You got to snitch on everybody. Or even worse, you're taught by street trash and you don't snitch. So you're the weaker vessel out here in the neighborhood. Women are getting robbed, raped, beat the fuck up. You won't tell who it is. So are you an ally to women or are you a motherfucking enemy? To yourself. To yourself. So many women on the internet, 40 and upset. I wasted my life. I should have started a family. Who are you listening to? And why did you think you had so much time if you know that people only like you for so long? That's the weird thing about women. Old man be old as fuck. Motherfuckers still like, oh, that's Johnny. Fucking, he been here 50 years and shit, man. Cool old man. That's rare for women. Usually a snobby old bitch that nobody likes. It's usually how it goes. But I'm saying that to say this. There are so many rich men that have never been lonely in their life. But there are plenty of rich women that are dying alone. Nobody's there. Can't get nobody. Why? Too old. Girl, you barely suck dick anyway. Y'all true sports. Probably about the first 10 years of being introduced to it. After that, y'all get lazy. Y'all don't want to have sex no more. You cramp. You're not feeling it. Remember, I'm just using all the excuses that we hear from y'all. Men, on the other hand, are always going to be horny and always should be horny because he's shooting the life shot. He has the money shot. Why the fuck would he not be turned on? This is dumb. Oh, men are horny toads. No, men have to create life. Girl, don't you love running your fucking mouth to somebody? Well, who the fuck you gonna run your mouth to if he ain't shooting shots? Who are you going to talk to? Who are you gonna have these slumber parties, sleepover, pity pat, breakfast club meetings with? Who is going to exist? Nobody. That's why it's good that men stay hard. It's good he stays horny. Yes, it's good. It's good. Create. Oh, what about the rapists? We have created something called a law in the penitentiary system. Trust me, we understand. We even castrate motherfuckers. Motherfucking dick can't even shoot nothing. Don't even work no more. It can only just pee in this motherfucker. It's a walking fucking strudel. Just done. So don't think we ain't got your back, but you don't have ours. At least my community. But I can say that about white people too, though. Because I know they notice the foolishness going on with their kids. They notice how they easily how y'all gonna be racist and talk about you white and you great and then turn around and give the nation to a bunch of illegals? Who's teaching them that? So I know true wise white people of America are like, yeah, you know what? This is a good point. Where is all this ignorant energy coming from? It's coming from the gays and the women, the two weakest motherfuckers in society. These are the two weakest people in society. One fell victim to temptation of a non-profitable lifestyle, and then the other one knows that they're the weaker vessel and knows that they really only participate when the man initiates. That's the only time women are really participating in society, because think about it. It wouldn't exist. If man didn't get out there and cut them trees and part this land and build this up, it wouldn't be there. Okay, if man does not shoot his shot, she has nothing to hold for a certain amount of months to bring out. She remember, she bleeds every month. She can't sustain herself. So the only time she does sustain and not bleed is when the man interacts with her. That's why she's the weaker vessel. She keeps thinking it's for other reasons. No, you cannot hold in your own self, girl. How are you not the weaker vessel? You only stop bleeding when he climaxes in you, gives you the spark of life. Then you don't bleed. Did you just hear what I said? Let's slow it down. You bleed Your whole fucking life, damn near. You bleeding. You just draining, just oozed out. You only stop bleeding when he places the spark of life within you. Then you are a whole being. Now you don't bleed. And guess what? The blood recycles and turns into what? Milk. So now a negative flips into a positive. How'd that happen? Unless you were walking negative. That's why you bleed. That's why you're always mad, but don't build shit. That's why you always running up to people 3 times your size, but can't beat them up. Don't build shit. Just run your mouth. Whine and complain. Become a victim all the time. How the fuck you gonna be the soldier? You want to be the queen and you're the original God, but you're the victim all the time. That doesn't make any sense. My God ain't no fucking victim. My Lord, my higher energy is not no victim at all. So that energy wouldn't even resonate. It wouldn't even recollect. It doesn't even make any sense. I say that to say this. The reason that the world is failing in a spiritual sense, the reason that people have poor character nowadays, the reason why the youngsters aren't eager to open the door for the old ladies or help them walk across the street, you don't even hear about that anymore. It's like it doesn't exist. Because of these gays and these women. These are the 2 weakest people besides the children, even though that's only physical, because I think spiritually and mentally the children are stronger than these 2. But besides them, these 2 are the weakest links in society and will always be, because all they do is run their mouth and don't build anything and do not claim that they believe in God, because the gays is half the reason that women started denouncing God, because they already knew the trifling shit that the gays was doing. All right. So that gives her a fucking, like, Uno reverse card. So she's like, oh, shit, I don't have to believe in God either. Okay. You already denounced God when you started doing man wrong. That's when you denounce God. She first denounced God when she lied to Adam and gave him the apple. She could have told him what she's seen. As soon as she bit it, she knew. Oh, man, we about to get kicked out of the garden. We fucked. Didn't say nothing. Just handed it to him. Gullible ass Adam is such a fool. He didn't even get at the snake. Like, he could at least beat him the fuck up, choked him out, something. He's like, but remember, I don't believe in that. I don't believe that really happened. I believe it's allegory. It's a story to teach you something. You don't ever put or let your woman take you out of the position that your higher thought has put you in. You do not do that. You do not bow to her. You do not, no, at all. It does not matter what she thinks. She doesn't think fully anyway. Remember, she's not a one-track mind. She's a multitasker. So she's not even thinking about the mission at hand. She's thinking about multiple different things. Like, you're not supposed to be doing that. If I'm teaching you karate, you're supposed to be learning karate. You're not supposed to be thinking about boxing and soccer and hockey. Motherfucker, we learning karate. So that's what we're learning. Okay. Her, she wants to include everything. See? A messy mind will never build anything. So I say that to say this. Men, strengthen up your souls to realize why she looks so good and why you think so hard. Why does man have to think about consequences and repercussions? Why does he always have to see the deadly conclusions to things when you don't act wise? Because he's the number one victim. Women getting jumped is going to get broke up fast if everybody's running. A man getting jumped, people want to watch it. Pull out their phones and record it and shit. Watch a man die. Watch a man bleed. Watch a man in pain. It's like people have made fucking money off this shit. Like, they made it a form of entertainment. It's fucking sickening. It really is. Like, when you really look at this whole, UFC, all that shit, bro, it's really sick. You know what I'm saying? It really is. Watching men fight to the death or just beat each other down bad. It's like, what do you get out of this? Especially in this such civilized and technological time, it's like you would think that part of you would be long gone. But it can't be. Why? Because for one, the gay is wrongfully influencing your queen on earth, your helpmate on earth, the woman. And the other reason is because the woman does not understand the game of life. She doesn't understand con artists. She doesn't understand the thief, the liar, the devil, the trickster. She doesn't get it. She thinks everything is dead honest with her. Even though people have been playing her whole existence. Real shit. It's only the good men on earth that have tried to give women some type of wisdom. And some women got it. That's why we have ancient, great women of the past. That's why we have people like Shahrazad Ali. She shouldn't even, like, when you look back at her in the 90s and what she was saying and how everybody was mad, was she wrong when you look at the black community today in the black woman's mouth? Was she wrong? Because all these bastard kids and all this free food and welfare that's about to get cut, that didn't help teach, reach, rise, elevate. That didn't help do none of that. All that did was disform, disfigure, disband, destruct, destroy. That's all it did. It just made a bunch of weak, lazy, victimized, entitled energy. And it's like, now imagine you try to tell this person they're going to the finals or the playoffs or the majors and they don't make it. Now you just got this big buff ass 14-year-old with nothing to do, no mind state really, because you took him away from the wisdom and just threw a ball in his hand. So now he done got nothing to do. And then these old fucking weasels, he see them on the block and they got this certain color on. They're like, yo, kick it with it. And they offer him a little weed and they give him a gun and bam. But only logic's going to see that. And that's with God. And that's what I'm saying. You can hate man all you want. You can say God is man-made. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But what I am going to tell you is this. Wisdom, once it connected with man, it did not part. And that's why we have flushing toilets. That's why when you're on that plane, it don't just crash and burn. That's why the wheel, it do what the wheel do. That's why the ice tray do what the ice tray do. You got to respect what world you're in. Stop making up all this fantasy stuff in your head. It's man. The man is doing this, but the man gets no love. The man gets no support. Like he don't need it. Nigga, to build a fucking bridge that goes from one part of a fucking river to another part, or better yet, a lake, a fucking ocean. Nigga. You know how many people die every year? Every year. Making these malls and convenience stores and stuff y'all walk in? No. Do you even care to think about it? No. Do you know how many men die just to make sure that when you go on your little funky ass vacation on these cruise boats and shit, that motherfucker don't sink? Men working under these boats. All different types of stuff that this energy is doing that ain't nobody giving no credit to. It's not right. And here's the sad secret part. When you do not honor man, you are not honoring God. Because God gave it to man. He gave him the responsibility to make this world go round. So when you don't give respect to masculine energy, we're not talking about violence and hurting and pain. We're talking about force. That violence and pain is not supposed to be used in that way. The energy is supposed to force things. That's why the gravel moved. That's why the dirt parted. That's what I'm saying. That's what that energy is for. If you were born a man, or a male, I'm sorry, you can't be born a man. You were born a male and grew up to become a man and understands the title of a man and what it means, because you don't have to take care of everybody. You're really supposed to take care of yourself. It's if you have a wife, you take care of her. It's if you have a child, you take care of it. It's if you have a home or a car, you take care of your belongings. You know what I'm saying? Your loves, your properties, which I should say belongings and property. Shouldn't say love, because it's true. One's his own seed, and then one is his wife. That is his. And that's how it's supposed to be. And she's supposed to feel that way too. She's supposed to want ultimate covering from her husband. That's why he had to groom her. Not in this perverted shit that y'all are talking about. No, it means you have to woo your woman over. You have to make her want you. The old saying, sweep her off her feet. Okay, what they do when they used to get married back, they jump the broom. So you see the symbolism. You get it. Give these younger men to come something wise to hear and something wise to know. The war is a spiritual battle. It's not a physical one. You ain't got to really do these motherfuckers like that because, of course, it's landslide. It's you and Father. You're going to win. But it's a spiritual war. And the woman needs to realize her weak little counterpart in this beef can't help you in the long run because people are going to really realize what it is. It's you two rejecting the Father and rejecting the Father's glory and gifts seen through man. You got to grow up. You got to stop with this fantasy life because you're getting these kids killed. And that's probably why you don't care, because you really are not the protector of the children anyway. Children know the difference between a lady with a broom and, you know, a knight with a fucking sword and shield. It's like they know the difference. Goes.